The original mission, Impossible, 1966 to 1973, revolutionized television with its suspenseful plots, intricate espionage, and a remarkable ensemble cast who kept viewers on the edge of their seats. Decades later, the legacy of this groundbreaking series endures, but many of the stars who brought these unforgettable characters to life have sadly passed away. In this heartfelt tribute, we remember 36 talented actors who have tragically died, reflecting on their remarkable careers, the memorable roles they played, and the lasting impact they've left on the world of entertainment. Greg Morris played Barney Collier, the electronics expert in Mission Impossible, beginning in 1966 when he was 33. Collier's character stood out for his unparalleled technical skills and composed demeanor, making him the backbone of the team's most daring operations. Beyond the screen, Morris' career had its highs and lows. Although he found fame through Mission Impossible, he struggled to secure roles that matched the significance of his breakthrough character, leading to a sense of professional stagnation. In his personal life, his marriage to Leona Keyes produced 3 children, including actor Phil Morris. However, their union was far from idyllic, marked by tensions and eventual separation. Morris battled depression and health complications later in life. A heavy smoker, he was diagnosed with brain cancer, which tragically led to his death on August 27, 1996, at the age of 62. His passing left a legacy overshadowed by unfulfilled dreams and lingering personal sorrows.
Government revealed today the recent arrest of Colonel Cleamy, head of Special Intelligence. Also arrested were Cleamy's deputy and several other persons of the Bureau.
Martin Landau embodied Roland Hand, the master of disguise, starting in 1966 when he was 38 years old. Hand's character dazzled viewers with his chameleon-like ability to transform into anyone, making him an essential part of the IMF team's success. Landau's real life, however, was a labyrinth of turbulence. Despite receiving critical acclaim for his acting skills, he experienced prolonged periods of professional obscurity after departing Mission Impossible. His marriage to actress Barbara Bain was initially a powerhouse Hollywood union, producing 2 daughters, Juliet and Susan. But the pressures of fame and Landau's mood swings led to their painful divorce in 1993 after 36 years of marriage. The emotional toll was profound. He admitted to feeling adrift and disconnected from his daughters for years. Health challenges compounded his woes in his later life. On July 15, 2017, at the age of 89, Landau succumbed to severe internal bleeding, a grim end to a life filled with artistic brilliance but also relentless personal battles.
Not bad. I'll be out tomorrow.
That's a break. They told me they killed you.
What?
They're trying to force us out of business.
Peter Graves took on the role of James Phelps in 1967 when he was 41 years old. As the brilliant leader of the IMF team, Phelps was known for his calm authority and intricate strategies that guided the group through countless high-stakes missions. Graves enjoyed early success in Hollywood but faced professional setbacks after the show ended, with typecasting hampering his career. His personal life appeared stable on the surface. He married Joan Endress in 1950, and the couple had 3 daughters. Beneath the facade, Graves struggled with feelings of inadequacy, worsened by Hollywood's fleeting admiration. His family endured his occasional emotional withdrawal. In his later years, Graves grappled with health issues, though he remained an admired figure. On March 14, 2010, at the age of 83, he suffered a fatal heart attack in front of his family, cutting short a life marked by both professional triumphs and private struggles.
It even smells nice.
I'm done here. I'd like to leave.
Of course.
Leonard Nimoy took on the role of Paris in Mission Impossible in 1969, at the age of 38. Paris was a character shrouded in intrigue, a master of disguise and illusion whose skills were vital in executing the team's most challenging missions. Nimoy, however, was already weary of being typecast, following his iconic role as Spock in Star Trek. While Paris showcased his range, Nimoy struggled to escape the looming shadow of Spock, which haunted his career for decades. Off-screen, his personal life mirrored this internal battle. He married Sandra Zober in 1954, and the couple had 2 children, Julie and Adam, but their marriage was strained by Nimoy's relentless workload and growing dependence on alcohol, which led to their divorce in 1987 after 33 years together. His second marriage to Susan Bay in 1989 offered some solace, yet Nimoy faced recurring bouts of self-doubt and alienation. Leonard Nimoy passed away on February 27, 2015, at the age of 83, succumbing to complications from COPD.
Why should I lie? However, now that you are forewarned, all you have to do is print another 100 million drona.
Vic Perrin joined Mission Impossible in 1967, portraying Cheever at the age of 51. Though his role was minor, Cheever added depth to the show's intricate and suspenseful narrative. Perrin's work in Mission Impossible was a testament to his versatility, yet he was primarily known as a prolific voice actor in iconic productions like The Outer Limits and Star Trek. Despite his professional accomplishments, Perrin's life was marked by personal tragedies. His marriage to Evelyn Held lasted nearly 2 decades but ended in a bitter divorce, leaving him estranged from their only child. The loneliness that followed drove him to immerse himself in work, often at the expense of his health. Diagnosed with cancer in the mid-1980s, Perrin faced a grueling battle, enduring painful treatments while continuing to work until his strength gave out. He spent his final years in isolation, with only a handful of friends aware of his condition. Vic Perrin passed away on July 4, 1989, at the age of 73, succumbing to cancer.
I have a cease and desist order here signed by Judge Pender. If you'll read it, you'll see that it's specific.
Stephen Hill debuted as Daniel Briggs, the original leader of the Mission Impossible team, in 1966 at the age of 44. Briggs was a stoic and disciplined leader, exuding authority and ensuring the precision of every mission. Behind the scenes, Hill's devout Orthodox Jewish faith often conflicted with the rigorous filming schedule, leading to tension with the show's producers. His career was a tumultuous journey, plagued by periods of inactivity as he struggled to balance his religious commitments and professional ambitions. In his personal life, Hill married Selma Stern in 1951, with whom he had 4 children, but their marriage dissolved under the strain of his absences and career struggles. His second marriage to Rachel Schenker in 1967 brought him 3 more children and a semblance of stability, yet financial difficulties and professional frustrations persisted. He passed away on August 23, 2016, at the age of 94 from natural causes.
Well, the time pressure make you too eager.
Right.
Jack Donner took on the role of Buckaroo in Mission Impossible in 1966 at the age of 38. Buckaroo was a resourceful and cunning character who played a crucial yet understated part in the show's elaborate espionage plots. Donner's career extended over several decades, but he struggled with being pigeonholed into villainous roles, leading to long periods without work and financial difficulties. He was married to Evelyn for 4 tumultuous years, a marriage that ended largely due to his erratic work schedule and temperamental nature. They had 1 daughter, Lila, who eventually became estranged from him. Donner faced numerous health issues, including severe pneumonia and a debilitating hip injury that left him partially immobile. Despite his contributions to television and theater, he spent his final years in isolation, living modestly and grappling with loneliness. On September 21, 2019, at the age of 90, he passed away in his Los Angeles apartment, where his body was discovered only after concerned neighbors reported his absence.
Must complete the final preparations on the second stage today. The more time you waste in conversations, the less visiting time you will have with your wife this afternoon.
Sid Haig played the menacing Musha in Mission Impossible in 1966 at the age of 27. Musha was a fierce and loyal enforcer, contributing to the show's heightened drama and tension. Haig initially found success in exploitation films, but his career faced setbacks as he was frequently typecast as a villain, limiting his roles in mainstream cinema. He married his longtime partner, Susan, but their marriage was troubled by allegations of infidelity and Haig's struggles with substance abuse. The couple did not have children, a decision Haig later expressed deep regret over, calling it one of his greatest life sorrows. Over the years, he battled severe depression and health complications, including chronic respiratory and cardiac issues. On September 21, 2019, the same day as Jack Donner's passing, Haig succumbed to cardiorespiratory arrest at the age of 80 after being hospitalized for several weeks due to multiple complications.
Turn around. You're one man I'm going to enjoy shooting in the back.
John Vernon played the ruthless and authoritarian General Ramon Sabatini in Mission Impossible, beginning in 1969 at the age of 37. Sabatini's character was known for his formidable presence and uncompromising demeanor, often posing a significant threat to the IMF team. Vernon built a reputation for portraying intimidating villains, but this typecasting limited his opportunities for more varied roles, which caused him deep professional frustration. He married Nancy West, with whom he had 3 children, but their relationship was marred by frequent arguments over his long absences and workaholic tendencies. The stress of his career and family problems contributed to a long battle with alcoholism. In his later years, Vernon faced financial difficulties and declining health, which led to a series of surgeries. On February 1, 2005, at the age of 72, he passed away due to complications following surgery, ending a life filled with both professional triumphs and personal turmoil.
Be kind to her. What man wouldn't be kind to her? She is a very warm, beautiful young woman.
Joseph Ruskin portrayed the cunning and strategic Colonel Scutari in Mission Impossible, starting in 1966 when he was 42 years old. Scutari's character was a manipulative and sharp-minded adversary, often outwitting the IMF team. Ruskin had a prolific career in television and film, appearing in numerous iconic series. However, despite his versatility, he often found himself confined to supporting roles, which left him feeling underappreciated in Hollywood. He married actress Barbara Ruskin, and they had 1 daughter, but the marriage ended in a bitter divorce following accusations of infidelity. This fractured relationship deeply affected his bond with his daughter. In his later years, Ruskin battled chronic depression and heart problems. Despite his enduring work ethic, his declining health limited his appearances. On December 28, 2013, he passed away from natural causes at the age of 89, leaving behind a career overshadowed by personal heartbreak.
From Cessna, if that is what you mean. My partner comes from Antarin.
And the man who was arrested? The thief?
I pick up casuals.
Arthur Batanides played the compassionate and wise Father Paulo Dominguin in Mission Impossible, beginning in 1967 at the age of 44. Dominguin's character was a moral compass for the team, offering guidance and support in their missions. Batanides' career, although spanning several decades, was marked by inconsistency, with numerous minor roles that made financial stability challenging. He married Lorraine, and despite their strong bond, the couple faced heartbreak due to their inability to have children, which left an emotional void in their lives. His later years were plagued by severe arthritis, which significantly affected his mobility and prevented him from continuing his work as an actor. Struggling with health issues and feelings of professional inadequacy, Batanides lived a reclusive life before passing away on January 10, 2000. At the age of 76 from natural causes. His life was a testament to quiet dedication amid personal and professional challenges.
In contrast to you, I control my own revolution. I control it from here. And I take orders from no one.
Paul Stevens portrayed Frank Wayne in Mission Impossible beginning in 1967 at the age of 46. Wayne was a cunning and manipulative character, adding layers of intrigue to the show's complex plots. Stevens was a talented actor with a polished and commanding presence, but his career faced numerous setbacks. Despite appearing in high-profile television series, he struggled to find stable work and often felt overshadowed by more prominent stars. His marriage to actress Carla Renata in 1955 initially seemed promising, but his obsessive dedication to work and growing struggles with alcoholism led to a bitter divorce in 1972. They had 2 children, Peter and Lila, but his unstable lifestyle created a fractured relationship with them. In his later years, Stevens battled health issues and financial instability, living in increasingly modest conditions. He passed away from pneumonia on June 4, 1986, at the age of 65, dying in relative obscurity after years of struggle.
$.
Frank, I swear to you, I don't know anything about any missing money, honest.
Jimmy, twice a month you make a trip to Zurich, right?
Albert Paulsen portrayed the cunning Albert Zembra in Mission Impossible starting in 1966 at the age of 41. Zembra was a cold and calculating villain whose devious plots often tested the team's ingenuity. Paulsen was known for his intense on-screen presence but was often typecast in antagonistic roles, which limited his career ambitions and left him feeling creatively stifled. Despite appearing in numerous television shows and films, he never achieved mainstream fame. He married opera singer Maria D'Amato in 1953, but their marriage deteriorated under the pressures of his demanding career and volatile temper. They had 2 children, David and Sophia, though Paulsen's constant absence strained their relationship. Financial difficulties forced him to downsize his lifestyle in the 1980s. He battled loneliness and depression in his later years, rarely making public appearances. He passed away on April 25, 2004, at the age of 78 from natural causes, having spent his final years in isolation and relative obscurity.
The fruit of knowledge. And that's why it's no good with you now, is it? You know too much. You know what's going on.
Milton Selzer played Dr. Eric Rojak in Mission Impossible in 1967 at the age of 49. Rojak was a brilliant yet morally conflicted scientist, often torn between his groundbreaking research and ethical dilemmas. Selzer's career saw early success with roles in iconic TV series, but his inability to secure long-term contracts led to financial difficulties. He married Helen, a devoted schoolteacher, and they had 1 son, Daniel. However, the family was far from idyllic. Helen suffered from chronic illness, and Selzer's frequent absences for work strained their relationship. After years of caregiving stress, Helen passed away, leaving Selzer racked with guilt and unable to move on. He developed chronic lung issues due to years of heavy smoking and was hospitalized multiple times in his later years. Isolated and in declining health, Selzer passed away from pulmonary complications on October 21, 2006, at the age of 87.
Dr. Rojak, to address me by my proper title.
Have you now?
I am a doctor. And
when you deserve the title of doctor, you receive it drunk. Now what is this doing here?
Ivor Barry portrayed Chief Inspector Bonko in Mission Impossible, starting in 1967 at the age of 48. Bonko's character was meticulous and driven, constantly at odds with the team's covert operations. Barry had an extensive career in television and theater, but his relentless pursuit of recognition left him embittered. After moving to the United States from Wales, he faced countless rejections before securing stable roles. His marriage to actress Sylvia Donovan was a tumultuous one, marked by constant arguments over finances and Barry's obsessive focus on his career. They had a daughter, Emily, but his neglect of family responsibilities created a lifelong strain between them. In his later years, Barry suffered from heart disease and struggled with mounting debts that forced him to sell cherished belongings. Despite undergoing multiple medical procedures, his health continued to decline. On December 12, 2006, he passed away from heart failure at the age of 87.
Look out for a police car. A police car has been stolen by persons masquerading as police officers. Identify the patrol cars in your section and confirm the identity of the occupant.
Robert Ellenstein portrayed Deputy Premier Voss in Mission Impossible in 1969 at the age of 46. Voss was a high-ranking official characterized by his internal struggle between loyalty to his country and his personal beliefs. Ellenstein's acting career spanned film, television, and theater, but his artistic endeavors often clashed with financial pressures and inconsistent job offers. He was married to Marion, a fellow actor, and they had 2 children, both of whom faced personal challenges, one with substance abuse and the other with a rare chronic illness. Despite their love, the couple's relationship grew strained under the weight of their children's issues and Ellenstein's mounting financial troubles. A victim of heart disease, he also endured periods of memory loss that ended his acting career prematurely. On October 28, 2010, he passed away at the age of 87 due to natural causes.
Every failure brings us closer to success, Colonel. Let's hope so. It would be unfortunate after spending so much money only to end up with catatonic vegetables.
William Wintersole played the captain in Mission Impossible, beginning in 1966 at the age of 35. The captain's character was a commanding and intense figure, contributing to the suspenseful atmosphere of the series. Wintersole's acting career spanned decades, but his struggle to escape minor roles left him frustrated and financially unstable. Despite his talent, he never achieved the fame he desperately sought. He married music teacher Linda Winters, and they had 2 children, Mark and Julie. Their marriage appeared stable, but Linda privately endured emotional neglect due to Wintersole's obsession with his fading career. A tragic accident involving their son Mark, who was left partially paralyzed after a car crash, further strained the family. In his final years, Wintersole battled cancer and faced financial ruin due to costly medical treatments. Despite undergoing aggressive therapies, he succumbed to the disease. He passed away on November 5, 2019, at the age of 88.
Yes, sir? Captain, I want you to intensify Vasek's interrogation.
Cardinal Vasek is an old man. He's very weak. He might easily...
Fritz Weaver played the cunning and resourceful Emil Skarbek in Mission Impossible, beginning in 1966 at the age of 40. Skarbek was a brilliant but dangerous figure who often posed significant challenges to the team. Weaver's career was illustrious, with acclaimed performances on Broadway and television, including an Emmy nomination. However, his life offstage was marked by personal sorrow. His first marriage to actress Anne Fried was turbulent, plagued by long periods of separation and his workaholic tendencies. They divorced after 12 years, and their 2 sons, Michael and Daniel, struggled to maintain a relationship with their father. Weaver's later years were shadowed by declining health and a painful estrangement from his eldest son. Despite these struggles, he remained active in theater until his late 70s. He passed away from natural causes on November 26, 2016, at the age of 90, remembered by peers but haunted by unresolved family discord.
Why do you want to see me?
I told you, Carlotta and I were friends. We grew up together in Flensburg. We danced together on the Riviera. She wrote the...
William Windom portrayed the cunning Alex Kresnik in Mission Impossible, starting in 1967 at the age of 44. Kresnik was a strategic and menacing adversary, often outsmarting the teen with his calculated moves. Windom was a distinguished actor with a prolific career spanning television, film, and theater, best known for his Emmy-winning role in My World and Welcome to It. Despite his professional success, his personal life was chaotic. He married 5 times, with his 3rd and 4th marriages ending in particularly bitter divorces due to allegations of infidelity and verbal abuse. He had 4 children, but his relationship with them was distant due to his relentless work schedule. Windom struggled with depression and heart issues, which worsened as he aged. He passed away from congestive heart failure on August 16, 2012, at the age of 88, leaving behind a complicated legacy both professionally and personally.
Woman. Or will be soon.
Well, frankly, Mrs. Walters, I don't see that this is any concern of mine.
Well, fortunately, it was of great concern.
Pernell Roberts portrayed Boomer in Mission Impossible in 1967 at the age of 39. Boomer was a tough and resourceful operative, often taking on high-stakes missions with a fierce determination that added to the show's tension. Roberts was already famous for his role as Adam Cartwright in Bonanza, but he controversially left the series due to creative disagreements, a decision that hindered his career for years. He married 4 times, with each marriage fraught with difficulties, including financial disputes and emotional distance. His only son, Chris, tragically died in a motorcycle accident in 1989, a devastating event that left Roberts heartbroken and plagued by guilt. He later retreated from public life, spending his final years in quiet isolation. Diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, Roberts succumbed to the disease on January 24, 2010, at the age of 81, marking the end of a life marked by triumphs and profound personal losses.
Here, only the present is important, and the future. Obey orders, and you will all leave Africa rich men. I guarantee it.
Percy Rodriguez portrayed Jara in Mission: Impossible in 1966 at the age of 48. Jara was an authoritative figure whose commanding presence often created tension within the storyline. Rodriguez was a pioneer for black actors in Hollywood, remembered for his work in Star Trek and for being a sought-after voiceover artist. Despite his professional success, he faced constant racial discrimination that limited his opportunities. Married to Gladys, with whom he had 2 children, Rodriguez endured family challenges, including his daughter's prolonged illness, which caused immense stress. His later years were marred by declining health as he battled kidney disease and underwent painful treatments. He passed away from kidney failure on September 6, 2007, at the age of 89, remembered as a groundbreaking actor whose life was marked by both success and hardship.
Right here? No, this is too risky. I don't want to bring her into town. I assure you, it is quite safe at Gerard's.
This is where I do business.
Jason Evers played Ben Nelson in Mission: Impossible in 1969 at the age of 47. Nelson was a meticulous and strategic figure whose calculated approach made him a valuable but enigmatic character in the series. Evers gained early fame with roles in The Brain That Wouldn't Die and The Green Berets, but his career waned as Hollywood shifted away from his type of screen presence. He married twice, but both marriages ended in acrimony, largely due to his obsessive work habits and struggles with alcoholism. Evers' relationship with his only daughter was strained, as she distanced herself due to his erratic behavior. Financial difficulties in the 1980s forced him to downsize his lifestyle, and he spent his later years living modestly. After battling chronic heart disease, Evers passed away from heart failure on March 13, 2005, at the age of 83, leaving behind a legacy overshadowed by personal and professional turmoil.
Wants a defect. Besides, I don't think pressure'd work. You better get yourself something to eat. It's going to be a late night.
Mark Leonard played Aristo Scora in Mission: Impossible in 1966 at the age of 42. Scora was a cunning and sophisticated villain whose calculated moves added depth to the show's narrative. Leonard achieved widespread fame for his role as Sarek in Star Trek, a character that earned him both admiration and career limitations due to typecasting. He was married to and for over 4 decades, and they had 2 daughters. Despite the long marriage, his demanding career often created tensions within the family. Financial instability during the 1980s forced him to take on lesser roles to support his household. Diagnosed with multiple myeloma in the early 1990s, he fought a long and painful battle against the disease. Leonard passed away on November 22, 1996, at the age of 72, remembered for his distinguished performances and a life filled with both professional success and personal hardship.
No matter how I place the cordite, I can't guarantee complete destruction.
What do you suggest?
Tony Giorgio portrayed the foyer guard in Mission: Impossible in 1969 at the age of 46. His character added a watchful and disciplined presence, contributing to the suspenseful tone of the show. Giorgio, who began his career as a professional magician, later transitioned into acting, finding brief fame in The Godfather. However, his acting career was marked by numerous disappointments, with low-budget films and failed projects overshadowing his early success. He married Maria, his childhood sweetheart, and they had 2 sons, Antonio and Michael. Their family life was shattered when Antonio was diagnosed with a rare neurological disorder and passed away at the age of 12, a tragedy that led to Maria's departure as she struggled to cope with the loss. Giorgio was left to raise Michael alone while dealing with guilt and emotional pain. In his later years, he battled heart disease and became increasingly reclusive. On February 1, 2012, at the age of 88, he passed away from heart failure in a nursing facility. Barry Atwater portrayed the sinister Dr. Carlos Enero in Mission: Impossible in 1966 at the age of 48. Enero was a chilling and cerebral villain who often exploited his vast scientific knowledge for nefarious schemes. Atwater was a highly respected character actor but faced a career riddled with challenges due to being typecast in dark roles. Despite his talent, he struggled to find leading roles and often lived in financial instability. He never married, citing a belief that his erratic career made him unsuitable for family life. This loneliness weighed heavily on him, and in his later years, he was diagnosed with severe depression, which worsened after losing his mother, to whom he was deeply attached. Atwater suffered 2 major strokes, the second of which left him partially paralyzed and unable to work. His health continued to deteriorate, and he spent his final days in a care facility. On May 24, 1978, at the age of 60, he succumbed to complications from a stroke. Joe Maross played the ruthless Clegg in Mission: Impossible in 1967 at the age of 44. Clegg was a relentless and formidable antagonist who added tension and danger to the series. Maross was respected for his powerful performances and ability to portray intense characters, but his career never reached the heights he had hoped for. Despite appearances in numerous acclaimed television series, he was often cast in supporting roles, which frustrated his aspirations for greater recognition. Maross married playwright Eleanor Brooks in 1958, but the marriage ended after 5 turbulent years due to his infidelity and erratic behavior. Their daughter Monica grew up estranged from him. Maross struggled with depression and financial instability, living a modest life away from the spotlight in his later years. On November 7, 2009, he passed away from cardiac arrest at the age of 86, his death marking the end of a life filled with professional disappointment and personal heartbreak. Robert Phillips portrayed Ernie Staksek in Mission: Impossible, beginning in 1967 at the age of 42. Staksek was a resilient and tough character, often seen navigating dangerous missions and engaging in tense action sequences. Phillips enjoyed a long but unremarkable career, primarily appearing in minor film and television roles. He yearned for critical recognition, but typecasting as a rough, blue-collar character hampered his ambitions. His personal life was equally fraught. He married actress Joanne Masters in 1955, but their turbulent relationship ended in divorce after 14 years due to his long absences and rumored infidelities. They had 2 daughters, Sarah and Evelyn, who distanced themselves from him in adulthood. Phillips struggled with loneliness and declining health in his later years, surviving a battle with throat cancer only to develop mobility issues that left him isolated. He passed away on November 5, 2018, at the age of 93. Who is your favorite character in Mission: Impossible? How do you feel knowing that the actors have passed away? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. Thank you so much.